by a show of hands. Who here lives in Tuolumne County or a foothills community? Now put your hand down if you were bussed in or paid to be here today. Keep those hands up if you live here. Let the record show that all of the hands are still raised to Anaya Kirk, Steve Griefer, and any other current or previously elected officials who continue to make these wild accusations. I hope this puts that argument to bed. We are your constituents, we live here, and we aren't going anywhere. We are here today because we are experiencing a primal call to action to protect migrant families and to protect our constitutional rights the same way Sonorans have always responded to the call to protect vulnerable populations in our community when they come under attack. We have rallied in this very park year after year to demand equity, access, and human rights for all of our peoples living in the margins. Women, the LGBTQ plus community, Black, Brown, and Indigenous families. And we will continue to do so until systemic racism and patriarchal power is dismantled and the rights and belonging of all are legislated, codified, and enforced. It is not until then that America will be great. Until then, I am here to emphasize the critical need to direct our focus on ICE and the unlawful mass deportation efforts of Donald Trump. We are watching in real time what is happening in Los Angeles, Santa Ana, Texas. Do not for one moment let your guards down and think that just because we live in a rural community it cannot happen to us. ICE just confirmed yesterday it is more important than ever to spread power, not panic. Armed with information, allyship, organization, and trust in one another, I know that Sonorans can rise above. There are 5 critical points that I want to share with you today, and I have flyers with me to arm you with this information, and if you cannot remember everything that I am about to say. This is critical, and we hope that you will take a flyer, copy it, distribute it to folks who you think may need this information. Number 1, if you see ICE in our area or any area where you are traveling, report this encounter immediately to NorCal Resist's Rapid Response Network, which receives reports of ICE presence in our rural foothill communities. When you see ICE, report your location, report the vehicle and the license plate number and what you are witnessing. The hotline number for our local reporting network, which is also on this flyer, is 916-382-0256. This number should be programmed in all of our phones. Number 2, if ICE approaches you, you do not have to speak to them, period. Say, based upon my 5th Amendment right of the U.S. Constitution, I do not wish to speak to you, answer questions, or sign any documents. Number 3, if ICE tries to enter your home, you do not have to let them in. They must have a judicial warrant signed by a judge to enter. You can ask them to slide it under the door, and you do not have to open the door until a warrant is produced. Number 4, if ICE tries to search your car or your belongings, you do not have to give them permission. You can say, based on my 4th Amendment rights, I do not give you permission to search any of my belongings. Number 5, if anyone is wrongfully detained or arrested at a protest, NorCal Resist has a bail bond fund. There is a link to it on their Instagram page and on this flyer. Donate to it, share it with your social circles, and God forbid no one has to use it, but it's there for the community if you need to access funds. Before you leave today, you can come see me or visit the Stand Up, Speak Up, Speak Out table to pick up a flyer with all of this information on it. There are also red cards available as well as Know Your Rights campaign resources and information for you to take home. Additionally, while today is certainly not about me, I need to shed light on another critical point. As many of you know, I am running for Sonora City Council 2026. Thank you. Please come see me if you'd like to help for my campaign. With authoritarian oligarchs and fascism at the head of our federal regime, it is more important than ever that we elect local officials who will have the best interests of our local community at heart. It is a cornerstone of my campaign to elevate your voices, restore power back to the people, and to center the needs and equities of our most vulnerable populations. It is For these reasons that I recently moderated a panel with our local law enforcement and DA's office to begin a conversation about understanding, building trust, and the critical need to prioritize safety and protection of our BIPOC and LGBTQ plus communities. We held the Hate Crime Forum on May 8th, and for those of you who could not attend, I want to amplify a promise that Chief Vanderweel and Sheriff Vasquez made that evening. As reported in the Union Democrat, I quote, Vanderweel and Vasquez noted that neither agency will ask for a person's immigration status or citizenship documentation when they report a hate crime or any other type of crime against them, because immigration enforcement isn't under their jurisdiction and everyone has constitutional rights regardless of their status. As a candidate for Sonora City Council who will call for bridge building and accountability among our city staff and elected officials, I am here to tell you that I fully trust that our local law enforcement officers will do just that. And I am asking you all to trust in that too, unless and until we are proven otherwise. We cannot lose sight of the fact that the ICE raids and the gross overreach by Donald Trump to federalize the National Guard and intentionally create terror among the families of Los Angeles are being committed by the federal administration, the DHS, and ICE, and not our local law enforcement. It is more important than ever that we band together and partner with one another to protect our local community, our migrant families, and our marginalized populations right here in Sonora, as it is crystal clear that the fascist authoritarian state of the federal administration is not going to do that for us. Let me be clear. This is not about immigration reform. If it were about true reform, there would be thought, time, and care put into intentional policy. If Donald Trump was truly about only detaining migrant criminals with extensive felony records, as he proclaimed during his campaign, he wouldn't be raiding graduation ceremonies in schools. Yes. Newsflash, the cartel will not be found job hunting outside of the Home Depot. They are hidden and protected in compounds and nowhere near the strawberry farms, schools, and farms that are being raided. This is about racism, inciting fear, and terrorizing families and communities. And I'll be damned if we allow this terror and lawlessness to be perpetuated here. In closing, I call on all of you today to know your constitutional rights, to share this information with folks who you are not comfortable being here today, to take a flyer home with you so you are armed with this information, and to continue to foster trust, safety, allyship, and joy in our community. Do not forget, joy is critical to the resistance. To share one of my favorite quotes from my sister, Andrea Victoria Lisbon, when we meet the needs of the most vulnerable, the needs of all are met. Today we center migrant families. Resist ICE, spread power, not panic. No kings, viva la raza. Thank you.